Soo Hyun and Kim Ji-won's secret getaway exposed. Fans can't believe it. Could it be true that the nation's favorite drama duo slipped away on a hidden vacation? Far from the flashing cameras? The whispers have turned into a storm. And the revelation has left fans gasping for answers. Join Red Carpet Revealed as we uncover the truth behind this shocking escape. Right now, the entertainment world thrives on stories that blur the line between fiction and reality. When fans watch their favorite stars on screen, they secretly hope that the emotions, chemistry, and intimacy shown in dramas might spill over into real life. For years, Soo Hyun and Kim Ji-won have been named synonymous with talent, beauty, and undeniable screen presence. But no one was prepared for the sudden avalanche of speculation that erupted when whispers of their secret getaway began to spread like wildfire. It started innocently enough, as these stories often do. A blurry photograph surfaced online, seemingly capturing two figures who bore an uncanny resemblance to Soo Hyun and Kim Ji-won at an international airport. One wore a cap pulled low, the other a mask that covered half the face. But sharp-eyed fans immediately claimed they recognized the subtle details, the curve of the jawline, the way the eyes sparkled above the mask, the slim figure, the distinctive walk. Could it really be them? At first, many dismissed the idea as yet another baseless rumor. After all, both actors had packed schedules, numerous brand endorsements, and upcoming projects that required their attention. Yet within hours, the photograph had spread across social media platforms. Hashtags began to trend. Twitter exploded with debates. Instagram accounts dedicated to celebrity sightings reposted the image. And YouTube channels churned out rapid-fire analyses that scrutinized every pixel of the grainy shot. The timing only added fuel to the fire. Both Soo Hyun and Kim Ji-won had recently wrapped up their highly successful drama Queen of Tears, a show that left audiences captivated not just by its story but by the breathtaking chemistry between its leads. Fans had long insisted that their on-screen love felt too real, too natural to be mere acting. Clips of behind-the-scenes moments had gone viral, where laughter lingered a bit too long, eyes locked with unmistakable warmth, and touches seemed tinged with sincerity rather than mere performance. For many, the photograph was the missing puzzle piece that confirmed what they had always suspected: the line between real and real had disappeared. The frenzy only escalated when an anonymous post appeared on an online community board. The writer, claiming to be a hotel employee in Europe, insisted that Soo Hyun and Kim Ji-won had checked in together under pseudonyms. They allegedly requested a private suite, avoided public spaces, and spent most of their time together away from prying eyes. The post was short but electrifying. "I shouldn't be saying this," the writer confessed, but it was unmistakably them. No one could mistake that face, that voice. In the entertainment world, rumors can be born overnight and die just as quickly. But this one refused to fade. Instead, it snowballed into something larger, something impossible to ignore. Every small detail became evidence. Fans pointed out that Soo Hyun and Kim Ji-won had been absent from public events around the same dates. They noticed the matching luggage brands, the identical airport fashion choices, the accessories that seemed to complement each other. The internet, with its insatiable appetite for proof, together an entire timeline of the supposed getaway, leaving no stone unturned. What made the story truly electrifying was not just the possibility of romance, but the silence that followed. Neither Soo Hyun nor Kim Ji-won addressed the rumors. Their management companies refused to issue statements, claiming that these were matters of personal life that they would not comment on. Silence can sometimes be a weapon more powerful than denial, and in this case, it ignited the flames further. Talk shows seized the opportunity, with hosts speculating endlessly about the truth behind the whispers. Could this be the romance of the decade? One anchor asked, her eyes gleaming with mischief. Or is it simply a marketing strategy timed perfectly after the success of their drama? Another panelist disagreed, insisting that the chemistry was too genuine to be fabricated for publicity. The debates grew heated, and viewership soared. For fans, the news was both thrilling and unsettling. On one hand, the idea of Soo Hyun and Kim Ji-won together felt like a dream come true. Their love story, if real, would be the perfect continuation of their on-screen romance, a fairy tale that transcended fiction. On the other hand, there was a nagging fear: would such exposure damage their careers, tarnish their images, or invite unnecessary scrutiny into their personal lives? The world of Korean entertainment is notoriously unforgiving when it comes to public figures and relationships. Celebrities are often held to impossible standards, expected to remain forever untouchable, forever available to the fantasies of their fans. The narrative took an even more dramatic turn when a second set of photographs emerged. This time, the images were clearer. A couple, dressed casually, was spotted dining at a quiet restaurant tucked away in a European city. The lighting was dim, but their profiles were unmistakable. They leaned toward each other. The small gestures of familiarity, these were not the actions of strangers or mere colleagues. The photographs spread like wildfire. Suddenly the speculation transformed into near certainty. News outlets scrambled to cover the story, each racing to break new details. Some articles framed it as a secret romantic escape. Others suggested it might be a carefully orchestrated publicity stunt. International media picked up the news, with headlines screaming about the K-drama couple come to life within days. The story was everywhere. Possible to escape. What fascinated the public most was the mystery that still hung in the air. There were no confirmations, no denials, only silence and speculation. That silence became a canvas onto which fans painted their fantasies and fears. Online forums buzzed with theories. Some swore they were on the verge of announcing their relationship, while others feared that the truth would never be revealed. In this swirl of speculation, something deeper emerged. The world began to question not just whether Soo Hyun and Kim Ji-won were together, but what it meant for the industry as a whole. Could Korean entertainment finally be entering an era where stars could openly date without fear of backlash? Or would the exposure force them into the shadows once again, retreating from the public eye to protect what little privacy they had left? Every passing day brought new fuel to the fire. Cryptic Instagram post from Kim Ji-won, featuring a sunset and the caption "A quiet moment of peace," was dissected for hidden meaning. Was it a reference to her secret trip? Soo Hyun's sudden absence from a public event raised even more questions. Fans, desperate for answers. Every detail, every silence, every move. By the time the first week ended, the secret getaway was no longer just a rumor. It had become a cultural phenomenon. A story that transcended celebrity gossip and touched on deeper questions about privacy, authenticity, and the price of fame. And yet, the truth remained tantalizingly out of reach. As the story reached its first crescendo, one thing was certain: the world was watching, waiting, and speculating. And with every unanswered question, every photograph left unexplained, the legend of Soo Hyun and Kim Ji-won's secret getaway grew larger, more dramatic, and more unforgettable. The days following the explosive photographs were nothing short of chaos. Entertainment reporters camped outside both Soo Hyun and Kim Ji-won's residences, hoping to capture even the smallest glimpse that could confirm or deny the rumors. Paparazzi lenses zoomed in on car windows. Sites uploaded minute-by-minute updates. The internet remained ablaze with speculation. Silence, once merely puzzling, had now become deafening. And, just when the frenzy seemed unbearable, a new twist emerged. Fans who claimed to have traveled on the same flight as the mysterious couple came forward, posting on social media. They described seeing two very familiar figures seated discreetly in first class. According to the account, the woman rested her head on the man's shoulder during the long-haul flight, while the man carefully adjusted a blanket over her as she slept. They looked happy, the post read. Like two people who didn't want the world to see but couldn't hide their feelings from each other. The post spread like wildfire. Soon after, travel bloggers added their own accounts, claiming they had spotted the pair strolling through a cobblestoned European street, holding hands. Though photographs remained scarce, descriptions were vivid enough to paint a romantic picture. Fans who had once doubted now began to believe wholeheartedly. This wasn't just rumor, it was reality unfolding before their eyes. Agencies, however, maintained their tight-lipped stance. Gold medalist, representing Soo Hyun, released a carefully worded statement: "We do not comment on our artist's private life. Thank you for understanding." Hyzim Studio, representing Kim Ji-won, echoed the sentiment almost word for word. The synchronized denials, or rather, non-denials, only deepened suspicion. If there was truly nothing going on, why not issue a clear rejection? This ambiguity split the fandom into two camps. One side were those who cheered the possibility of love. "Let them be happy," supporters wrote, flooding online forums with messages of encouragement. On the other side, however, were those unsettled by the idea. Some feared that a relationship might interfere with future projects. Others, driven by possessive admiration, accept the thought of their idol belonging to someone else. The debate grew ugly, with clashes erupting across comment sections and fan cafes. Meanwhile, industry insiders whispered that this wasn't merely a casual fling. According to named sources, Soo Hyun and Kim Ji-won had been close long before Queen of Tears. Their friendship, nurtured quietly behind the scenes, had blossomed into something deeper during filming. Long hours on set, shared challenges, and mutual admiration had laid the foundation for a bond that only strengthened with time. They understood each other in ways no one else could. One insider remarked, "It was inevitable." The story grew even more layered when another clue surfaced: matching bracelets. In a recent promotional event, fans noticed Kim Ji-won wearing a delicate silver bracelet. Just days later, Kim Soo Hyun appeared at a casual outing with a nearly identical piece. Screenshots went viral. Analysts slowed down videos, compared angles, declared the jewelry a subtle declaration of connection. It became the smoking gun for many, proof that they were linked beyond mere coincidence. As the frenzy built, talk shows once again seized the spotlight. One veteran journalist claimed to have inside knowledge that the two stars had rented a private villa abroad, describing it as a temporary sanctuary where they could live without pretense. Another panelist speculated that the getaway was a prelude to something bigger, an engagement announcement. Gasps filled the studio, and viewers clung to every word. For Kim Soo Hyun and Kim Ji-won, the pressure must have been immense. The weight of the industry, expectations of fans, and the unforgiving spotlight of fame all bore down on their shoulders. Yet despite the storm raging around them, they wavered publicly. They continued to move silently, appearing only for professional commitments, never addressing the firestorm of gossip directly. But even silence speaks volumes. When Kim Ji-won uploaded a serene photo of the ocean with the caption, "Sometimes peace is found away from the noise," fans interpreted it as a direct response to the chaos. Kim Soo Hyun, just days later, shared a cryptic post of a starry night sky, accompanied by a single word: endless. Was it coincidence? Or were these subtle signals to each other, and to the world, that their connection was real? International media amplified the intrigue. Western outlets described it as a K-drama come to life, while Japanese and Chinese tabloids speculated about the possibility of a secret romance scandal. The story transcended borders, Kim Soo Hyun and Kim Ji-won not just as actors, but as global icons entangled in a love story that gripped millions. Fans in Seoul, meanwhile, organized public displays of support. Outside broadcasting stations, banners appeared with messages like "We support your happiness," and "Love is not a crime." In contrast, some opposing fans launched online petitions demanding clarity from the agencies, unwilling to let speculation cloud their idol's image. The cultural divide was stark, exposing both the adoration and the suffocating expectations placed on celebrities. The climax of the saga came unexpectedly. Respected entertainment reporter published an in-depth exposé, claiming to have spoken with people close to the couple. The article detailed how Kim Soo Hyun had reportedly gone out of his way to protect Kim Ji-won during their trip, arranging private transportation, shielding her from paparazzi, and ensuring their time together remained intimate and undisturbed. The report ended with a tantalizing claim: this was no ordinary vacation. It was a statement, a declaration that no matter how harsh the spotlight, they will find their moments of freedom. The world erupted. Was this the confirmation everyone had been waiting for? Or was it merely another layer of rumor wrapped in speculation? Once again, agencies remained silent. But for fans, truth had already been decided. To them, the story was not about whether Kim Soo Hyun and Kim Ji-won had taken a trip together, but about the courage it took to carve out a piece of happiness in an industry designed to strip it away. The legend of their secret getaway will likely linger long after the photographs fade. For some, it will remain the ultimate romantic tale, a reminder that even stars crave simple human connection. For others, it will be a scandal that highlights the relentless hunger for gossip. But one thing is certain: Kim Soo Hyun and Kim Ji-won have captured hearts and headlines in a way that few ever could. And perhaps, just perhaps, their silence is the loudest answer of all. As the final curtain falls on this whirlwind of speculation and passion, one truth remains unshaken: Soo Hyun and Kim Ji-won have become more than just co-stars or beloved icons. They are now the center of a story that transcends screens and scripts, a story where silence speaks louder than words. Where a fleeting glimpse becomes a symbol of everlasting curiosity. Whether their secret getaway was a quiet escape for two friends or the blossoming of something far more profound, it has already carved itself into the collective memory of fans worldwide. Perhaps the beauty of this tale lies not in confirmation or denial, but in the very mystery that surrounds it. For in that mystery, fans project their hopes, dreams, an unshakable belief in love that conquers barriers. And as the world waits for clarity that may never come, are reminded that sometimes the greatest stories are those left unfinished, allowing imagination to fill the spaces between truth and rumor. To all our readers, we extend our deepest gratitude. Thank you for walking with us through every twist and turn, every gasp and every whispered rumor. Your passion, your voices, your unwavering curiosity are what keeps stories like these alive. Without you, the magic of uncovering secrets and the thrill of chasing truth would fade into silence. Stay with us, because this journey is far from over. Tomorrow may bring another revelation, another spark of light in the darkness of uncertainty. And when it does, we promise, you will be the first to know. Thank you, from the bottom of our hearts, for being part of this unforgettable chapter.